The restaurant was loud with clinking plates and casual laughter when suddenly, everything stopped. One moment, people were enjoying dinner. The next, a woman was on her feet, clutching her throat, her eyes wide with fear. No one knew what to do, except one man. He was just a single dad trying to enjoy a quiet meal with his young daughter. He never imagined that a split-second decision, driven purely by kindness, would change his life forever. Before we begin this powerful story, take a moment to support the channel. If stories like this inspire you, please subscribe, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps your channel name continue bringing real, heartfelt stories that remind us of the power of kindness. Michael Carter was not having an easy life. At 38, he was raising his 8-year-old daughter Lily on his own. His wife had passed away 3 years earlier after a sudden illness, leaving Michael to juggle grief, parenthood, and a full-time job as a warehouse supervisor. Life had become a series of long days and tired nights, but Lily was his reason for getting up every morning. That evening, Michael decided to treat Lily to dinner at a modest family restaurant just outside of town. It wasn't fancy, but it was warm, familiar, and affordable. Lily sat across from him, swinging her legs and talking excitedly about a school project. Michael smiled, listening carefully, grateful for moments like this. That's when it happened. From a few tables away, a woman suddenly stood up, knocking her chair backward. Her hands flew to her throat, her face began to turn red, then pale. At first, people thought she was coughing, but within seconds it was clear she was choking. The room froze. Some diners stared in shock, others whispered nervously. A waiter rushed forward but hesitated, unsure what to do. Panic filled the air. Michael didn't think, he reacted. "Stay here, Lily," he said quickly, already standing up. He rushed to the woman's side. She was middle-aged, well-dressed, and clearly terrified. Her eyes locked onto his, silently begging for help. Michael asked if she was choking. She couldn't speak. She nodded desperately. Michael had taken a basic first aid class years ago, back when his daughter was born. He remembered the steps clearly enough. He positioned himself behind her, wrapped his arms around her waist, and performed the Heimlich maneuver. The first thrust did nothing. The second made her gasp slightly. On the third thrust, a piece of food flew out of her mouth and landed on the floor. The woman collapsed forward, coughing violently as she sucked in air. The restaurant erupted in relieved murmurs. Someone clapped. Another person shouted, "Thank God." Michael steadied her, making sure she could breathe. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. She nodded, tears streaming down her face. You saved my life," she whispered. Michael smiled softly. "I'm just glad you're okay." The restaurant manager insisted on calling an ambulance, but after a few minutes, the woman assured everyone she was fine. She turned to Michael again. "My name is Sarah," she said, still shaken. "I don't know how to thank you." Michael waved it off. Anyone would have done the same. But that wasn't true. Many people had frozen. Michael didn't. Sarah asked if she could buy him and Lily dessert, but Michael politely declined. Lily tugged on his sleeve, her eyes wide with admiration. "Daddy, you were brave," she said. Michael knelt beside her and smiled. "I just helped someone who needed it." They finished their meal quietly, and soon after, Michael and Lily went home, never expecting to see Sarah again. Days passed. Life returned to its usual rhythm of early mornings, school drop-offs, long shifts, and late-night homework sessions. Michael didn't talk much about what happened. To him, it was just the right thing to do. Then, one afternoon, Michael received a phone call at work. "Mr. Carter?" the voice on the other end asked. "Yes, speaking." "This is Emily from the corporate office of Northridge Logistics. We received your job application." Michael frowned. He hadn't applied anywhere recently. "I think there might be a mistake." "No mistake," Emily said warmly. "We were referred to you directly." Michael was confused but intrigued. Northridge Logistics was a major company. A job there could change everything. Emily explained that they were impressed with his experience and wanted to schedule an interview. Still puzzled, Michael agreed. 2 days later, Michael found himself sitting in a sleek office building, feeling slightly out of place in his worn blazer. He was led into a conference room where 3 people waited. One of them stood up. Michael's heart skipped a beat. It was Sarah. She smiled, her eyes filling with recognition. "Hello, Michael." Michael stood there speechless. Sarah gestured for him to sit. "I guess I owe you an explanation." She explained that she was the regional director for Northridge Logistics. After the incident at the restaurant, she couldn't stop thinking about Michael. Not just because he saved her life, but because of how he did it. Calm, humble, without expecting anything in return. "I asked the restaurant manager for your name," Sarah admitted. "I hope that's okay." Michael nodded slowly, still processing everything. "I looked you up professionally," she continued. "Your background, your work history, your dedication. And I thought, this is the kind of person we need." Michael felt his throat tighten. Sarah leaned forward. "This interview isn't a formality. We're offering you a management position. Better pay, better hours, full benefits." Michael could barely breathe. "Why?" he asked quietly. Sarah smiled. "Because kindness tells you everything you need to know about a person." Michael left the building in a daze. When he got home, he hugged Lily tightly. "Did something good happen?" she asked. "Yes," Michael said, his voice breaking. "Something very good. The new job changed their lives." Michael was finally able to move them into a safer neighborhood. He could attend Lily's school events. He wasn't constantly exhausted or worried about bills. But more than that, the experience changed how Michael saw the world. Weeks later, Michael received a handwritten letter in the mail. It was from Sarah. She wrote about how close she had come to losing everything that night, how Michael's kindness reminded her of the kind of person she wanted to be. She thanked him not just for saving her life, but for restoring her faith in people. Michael kept the letter in his wallet. One evening, as he tucked Lily into bed, she asked, "Daddy, why did you help that lady even though you didn't know her?" Michael thought for a moment. "Because one day," he said softly, "we might be the ones who need help." Lily smiled. "I want to be kind like you." Michael turned off the light, his heart full. Sometimes, kindness shows up in the most ordinary moments, a restaurant, a meal, a choice to act instead of watching, and sometimes, kindness comes back in ways we could never imagine. Michael never helped Sarah expecting anything in return. He helped because it was right. And that simple act didn't just save a life, it reshaped 2 futures. So the next time you see someone in need, remember this story. Your kindness might be the moment that changes everything. And even if no one ever thanks you, even if nothing ever comes back to you, know this: kindness always matters, because you never know who's watching or whose life you're about to change.